trouble. This right here is a crack in the veneer, if you will, of the strong economy. Now, here's the good news. Prices are going to start coming down. Remember, though, you go from 10 to 1,000 and then from 1,000 to 900, you're still hurting, right? But still, look at this. These are wholesale prices for vehicles. Trucks and SUVs are down a lot. The car segment down even more. This is telling you that people are maxed out. These big ticket items, they will not be able to continue to pay for them. So again, it's my contention that the consumer is tapped out. So tonight, there will be some facts woven into narratives. And the question will be, what's the winning formula for all of this? I want to bring in District Media Group President Beverly Hallberg. And Beverly, I know you say that substance will take a back seat tonight, but what will it be replaced by?
Well, I do think that this is going to come down to delivery. And let me explain the substance part. It's not that the substance doesn't matter. It does. But here's the thing. We do have two individuals on the stage. Both have been president before. We know what it was like to live under their presidency. So I think Americans know very well what their policies are. I think it comes down to delivery. That includes stamina. That includes overall demeanor. And for Biden especially, he needs to think about that undecided voter and whether or not he can sway that undecided voter to him saying, look, I have the stamina not only to the last 90 minutes of a debate, but I have 4 years of a fight left. The bar is low for him, but I think that's what he needs to achieve. For Donald Trump, I especially think about the suburban woman vote that he's always struggled with. Many of them loved his economic policies, but didn't like the way he communicated. They bristle at it. And so I think for him, not only is it going to have to be an optimistic, more offensive message focusing on his record, he needs to get away from the low blows, the insults, stay focused on what you did, be tough. Yes, all of that is important, but leave the insults to the side.
You know, I'm kind of concerned or worried about how the questions will be posed because, again, I just showed where I can show you a million headlines that tell you the economy is strong. And so I could see one of the moderators saying that, but this is what we got today. From Walgreens Boots, the #1 pharmacy in this country that had laid an egg today, the stock is crushed as the worst performer of the day. What happened? A worse than expected U.S. consumer environment. So we've heard it from them. We've heard it from Southwest Airlines. We heard it from General Mills, all in the last 24 hours. How do you get around when questions are posed in a certain way to maybe mask the real truth?
Well, I think President Trump has a huge advantage, and that is numbers have been skewed for the past 4 years. So Americans have been told by the Biden administration that everything is great, that the economy is working so well, but people know their lived experience. They know reality. So I think they're over the narratives that aren't working, and that's why we've seen the administration change it over time to show, I guess, there are some struggles. So for Trump, I don't think he has to worry about the skewed numbers so much. I think he could just state what is, state the data, state the facts, focus on what he did, and really focus on young Americans, the housing market. I think that's a voter base that he can actually get more support from because they're not happy with the housing market and they're not happy with Biden's age.
Beverly, this morning Gallup had a really great piece out, and it really started off saying that the main question that President Biden's got to answer is the age issue. How does he pull that off?
Well, I think he should contrast it, first of all, with Trump's age. They're not that far apart in age. And I think he needs to say, this isn't just about me and who I am. This is what I am going to do for you. So he needs to come across, first of all, just strong in his delivery, but focus not on him, focus on the American people. But it's going to be an uphill battle. That's why we're even hearing liberal commentators on other networks today focusing on this age question. I think already giving him some tips on how he can respond to that.
Does he do push-ups? What does he do? Come out? Does he challenge Trump to go behind the stage again?
What he needs to do is be able to stand there and hold his own. I think he's going to try the old Joe, which is I'm just good old Joe, just your neighbor. That doesn't really play for him. I think he actually needs to just not stumble. He needs to be able to say a message and say it well. Yeah,
imagine that saying, we're going to pick the commander-in-chief. As long as the guy doesn't stumble, he's our man. All right, Beverly, thank you so much. Always appreciate your insight. Folks, tonight, CNN presidential debate will be simulcast on Fox News right here with our next guest also paired with Martha McCallum.